So I'm sitting here in front of my computer. I got Audacity open on one side, and then on the other I have my script open, my script that I wrote for my Forgotten Memories review. This thing that's been sitting here for over a month. And, I'm thinking, okay, it's about time I sit down, record this commentary, and edit the review together. But for whatever reason, every time I try to sit down and record the commentary, I just can't seem to get a good take. Like, it's not a technical issue. There's nothing wrong with my microphone. There's nothing wrong with my computer. Everything on my computer's end is fine. It's just me. Like, I'm kind of starting to realize I'm not good with reading from scripts. And I think that's the biggest problem that's holding me back with a lot of my content. Because it's like, whenever I write these scripts, everything sounds good in my head. And when I'm recording it, I think it sounds good in my head. But when I actually come back to, listen to it, it sounds a lot more robotic and bland than I ever thought that I would sound. And it's not even just because, it's that thing where your voice sounds different to yourself than it does to other people, because you can feel the vibrations in your throat and all that stuff, and whatever the actual reason is. But, it's not just that. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. It's like it's stupid weird is what it is. Like, I started writing this review back in fact, let me look. Let me check the file info. Like, okay, I started writing this thing in December, the 14th of December, and it only took me a few days to finish writing it. Like, it's been sitting here since Christmas. Because the thing is, I wanted to have this review uploaded on Christmas as, a Christmas themed video, even though it's a horror game. But, I wanted to have that up by the 25th, but I had gotten sick around that time. I had a bad case of pharyngitis just out of nowhere. It just killed me. It didn't kill me. I'm not dead, obviously, but it really ruined my throat for a bit. My voice was gone for almost that entire time. Like, even early into this month, I was still feeling pretty bad. And I just figured, no big deal. January comes around, new year, new me, new start. I'll focus on putting out better content for this channel. And that's all what I was going to do. And I've already had all the gameplay recorded. I've got the game audio recorded. I've got screenshots that I might need to put on screen and all that stuff. Everything is there, except for my commentary, because obviously that's what you need to go alongside the footage. And then once I get that in there on the timeline, it's all going to come together. But I have just yet to get a good recording, and I don't know why. It's like, even as I sit here rambling about the fact that I can't read from stuff, it's still, this is my normal voice, this is how I talk. But if I go to my script and it's like, Forgotten Memories is a third-person survival horror title developed and published by Psychos Interactive. I'm like, no, that's not what I sound like, dude. Why? It's like, what is it about reading from a script that I wrote myself, Why can't I read my own script? That's the weird thing. I don't know. Like, I guess maybe it's something I'm just not used to, because if I'm doing a Let's Play and I'm just talking about what's happening on screen, and then maybe going into some details related to what's happening on screen, that's one thing. But with a script, everything is very specific. Everything that I need to say is right there. And I should be saying these things and nothing else. I can't go off the rails. I kind of can't improvise. I guess maybe that's my problem. I can't improvise very well. But, And the thing is, I feel pretty good about what I've written. Like, I've had the most fun writing for this review. It's been a good way for me to get ideas out of my head and get them onto something that I can see and I can read. And it's like, okay, yeah, these are my thoughts about the game. You know, it's like 6 pages long at this point. I never knew that I could write 6 pages about anything. Like, I can't do that on a term paper, and yet here I don't know. It's just, I guess I'm just more passionate about this than I am about art school. But, you know, I've got the script, I've got the gameplay footage, but when I sit down to record it, everything just goes south. And the funny thing is, I feel that my voice sounds really robotic when I try to read from a script. It feels like I'm reading a passage from a book in like grade school. And my teachers would always tell me, hey, you know, you sound pretty good, you know, because I was always that, you know, that quiet kid, the one that didn't always talk much. But when people heard me reading, it's like, wait a minute, oh my god, that's your voice, really? Like, yeah, that's how I talk. But that's not how I really sound, because I'm just reading what is in the book, you know. I've yet to figure out how to make my reading voice sound natural. I guess that's the core issue here. I'm trying to, I don't know, I can't force it out, obviously. I don't want to, you know, force myself to sound natural, because that's literally like defeating the purpose. But I guess, I don't even know why I'm making this video. I guess it's something you guys might want to be prepared for with these next couple of videos, because I'm going to be trying my best to sound natural, even if I have to really, you know, make myself sound that way, even though I literally just said I don't want to do that. And, you know, I thought maybe I shouldn't be reading from a script. Maybe I should be using, you know, notes. Yeah, notes instead. Like when I started to do that Wipeout 3 review, I did have a script, but it started out as a series of bullet points. You know, it's just, here's some major subjects and then some minor details that I would kind of go into detail about based on my own experience, and not mainly be based on, here's what I wrote. So I'm trying to recall the way I played the game, things I saw, things I learned, and so on and so forth. That way I could try and make it sound more like it's about my experience, and not, here's me reading from a script about my experience, you know what I mean? But even then, that didn't work out either, and on top of that, I had recorded all the gameplay first, and I was trying to commentate over gameplay, not the other way around, because I think, just in the case of a review, I think it's better for me to record the commentary first, and just get all my thoughts out and get those thoughts in order, and then record the, you know, the necessary gameplay that reflects my thoughts. But I don't know, it's just, whatever reason, I can't seem to get it to work together. So, you know, just something to keep in mind. Like, I want to have this done by, like, before the end of this month, and that shouldn't be a problem, because again, everything is right here. I've got the script. It's 6 pages long. I casually read through it once just to kind of time myself, and it was about 15 minutes long. You know, no big deal. I can do that 15 minutes. It's not a lot of talking, but it's just reading from this thing and not making it sound like a robot. That is the problem that I am facing at this moment, you know. And then I've got another video that I'm hopefully gonna have done by next month, which is about Ape Escape, and that one's about, I mean, it might be a little bit shorter, but it's still a lot of reading, and it's just like, I don't know, I'm rambling. But even as I'm rambling, my rambling sounds more natural than my reading, which is obvious, but it's just, I don't know, I'll figure it out. I'll get the hang of it. It's just gonna take time, experience, lots of bad takes, lots of me screaming and cursing at Audacity even though it did nothing wrong. I'll scream at my phone or scream at my keyboard. Just be like, ah, curse you, keyboard, this is all your fault, you know, something like that. I don't know. Just me rambling about nonsense for 10 minutes. That's what this video is. Free content.